October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and in many instances, domestic violence and homelessness are connected. Our next report takes a look at what's being done to help those faced by both issues. There are many women in domestic violence situations that are afraid to leave the abuse because with nowhere to go, they could end up homeless. Luckily, there are many shelter locations in the Tacoma-Pierce County area where domestic violence victims can turn to. The Crystal Judson Family Justice Center, the Family Renewal Shelter, and the YWCA, just to name a few.
The Tacoma Needs Assessment shows that there's about 3 times higher demand for affordable housing units than units that actually exist. And so what we're seeing in our shelter program is a lot more people who are coming to us rather than fleeing from their own home. They've been living in their car, they've been sleeping in the woods, they've been bouncing between other kinds of shelters before they come to our DV program. So it's an increasing struggle for people to find a place to go.
Another organization that knows the importance of housing and having a safe place to relocate to for domestic violence victims is Catholic Community Services, which operates the Nativity House. They work closely with all of the other agencies to provide the best services possible.
I think that we here in Pierce County are very connected and very collaborative. Unfortunately, there's not sufficient shelter resources, domestic violence as well as homeless shelter capacity. So we do our best to call each other and see if we can use the resources that we do have.
Finding affordable housing solutions has become a top priority, and those that provide the shelter services are trying to make the transition process as easy as possible.
DV shelters are usually an immediate access. Most programs have a phone screening. Someone can call, talk to an advocate, do some safety planning, make a plan of how they're going to leave safely and get to the shelter program. And then once they're there, we have staff that help work with them to figure out where are you going to go after shelter? How do we do an assessment, get a housing referral, figure out what our long-term housing plan is.
There are many agencies in the Tacoma-Pierce County area that provide help and shelter to domestic violence victims. Most have a 24-hour helpline for those needing assistance.